Even though Leo full moons are usually more extra and dramatic, this one has a lot of seriousness. It's as if the fun external performance we're putting on has a lot of internal calculation behind it. There's a huge amount of effort going into our overnight success. If you're excited to see what this full moon in Leo is all about, make sure that you like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you are always up to date with what the stars have in store for you. Hi, I'm Maren. I am a professional astrologer, author, and philosophy student. I combine traditional Hellenistic astrological techniques with modern psychological counseling dynamics in order to provide grounded spiritual guidance. So if you have not already seen it, I recommend that you watch your February 2021 forecast for your sign and your 2021 overall yearly forecast for your sign. I would love to share, some more guidance specifically tailored to you. So check those out on my channel if you have not yet. And this video is brought to you by my very own Astrology Academy. If you're looking for something more introductory and short term, I offer free webinars down below. Would love to have you join and check out the language of the cosmos with me. So on January 28th, 2021, we have the Leo full moon at 2:15 p.m. Eastern time. The sun is at 9 degrees of Aquarius and the moon therefore is opposite at 9 degrees of Leo. This is not your average dramatic, lighthearted Leo full moon. It's much more serious because there's a Sun Jupiter-Saturn conjunction in the first decan of Aquarius. And this is associated with the Five of Swords tarot card known as the Lord of Defeat. So what this is combining is the Sun, so authority and knowledge, Jupiter, which is expansion and wisdom, and Saturn, which is seriousness and challenge, all in Aquarius, a Saturn-ruled sign. The Lord of Defeat tone here is not, it's not like you're lost a battle, it's more of like, I feel defeated, so I'm willingly going into a state of exile or isolation. Like, you feel defeated by what life's giving you, so you're exiting the situation. It's not so much like an external person's beating you. And becoming an outsider on purpose is a big theme with Aquarius. Aquarius is ruled by Saturn, the planet of boundaries. But it's an air sign, so Aquarius is interested in holding down a structure that allows for the intensification and distillation of ideas. It often steps out of the box so that it can make a box better. And the Sun is conjunct Jupiter and Saturn, like I mentioned, so I have a full video on the Great Conjunction that you probably want to watch for the next 200 years that this is like defining. But it's reactivating this huge tone of air sign focus for the next 200 years. And full moons on their own aren't necessarily as intense as a full-out eclipse would be, but this one is reactivating that very, very definitive transit. And it's actually in a Sun-ruled decan, so this particular third of Aquarius has a bit of Sun affinity. With Jupiter as expansion and Saturn as limitation, this is very serious growth-oriented energy. However, full moons are endings and releases, so it looks like the first note is ending in our symphony, or like the first chapter in our book is ending. We're declaring that first step very seriously out into the world for something that is a much bigger long-term project. Like module 1 of the course. Mercury is also in Aquarius, but it's at the tail end, just kind of hanging out. But, it's also in Aquarius, so we have that kind of Aquarian intellectual focus here as well. The moon is then in the first decan of Leo, which is associated with the Five of Wands tarot card called the Lord of Strife. This is because with the Leo ego, it's kind of a competition of egos in this decan. It's very performative but very structured, so think reality TV. I actually have Mars here in this decan, which rules my midheaven of public image. It's funny because I have this fascination on a very intense psychological and sociological level with reality TV. I find it very fascinating. It's one of the only things that'll hold my attention span if I ever do let myself watch things. I have a dream of being on Big Brother. It's this calculated Leo performance where you're being judged. Think social media curation. And it's a zero-sum game. You win because others literally have been eliminated, or they have lost, or they have less likes, or less followers, etc. It's very petty, but it can be very serious with its implication. It's a Saturn-ruled decan. So there's serious dedication to some sort of performative competition. It honestly looks like a good campaign announcement chart. Like something big is being set out into the world as the final book in an installment series. So if you know what houses in your chart Leo and Aquarius are, and therefore what area of life this is showing up for you, let me know. I'd be really interested because this is happening in my financial houses, so I wonder what investment decisions I'm making. The Sun and the Moon are also square to Uranus and Mars conjunct in Taurus. there's this big fixed T-square. That's what a T-square is when there's an opposition and then there's a fulcrum at the other corresponding modality sign. Mars is action, but it's kind of lazy and also out of its element, and it's in Taurus because it rules the opposite sign of Scorpio, so it's in its exile in Taurus. But Uranus is like an earthquake when it's in Taurus. It's quaking and it's in the fixed earth sign. So this seems like, you know, Mars is in its exile. It's like you're in a foreign country, but there's an earthquake taking place. So you're kind of freaked out and discombobulated, but you're also paralyzed with not knowing what to do. And you're still jet lagged, so the time difference is fucking with you, and you're kind of watching as other people are doing what they need to do, and you're like, I do not understand. Feels like there's a buildup of inner energy leading to this. That suddenly leads to a shocking announcement that you don't actually do much physically for, but that you're letting people know. Like the overnight success finally peaked. Like it took 10 years to get there. Venus is also conjunct Pluto and Capricorn, which makes me think of big gold digger vibes. I like it. Or just dedicating yourself to something luxurious and valuable in the long term. I actually like this full moon. It's complicated and it's serious. And the T-square is prominent and not the cutest, but I do like the way that it's reactivating the Jupiter-Saturn conjunction in Aquarius in a Saturn-ruled sign. It reminds me of applying for a reality TV show. So around this time, if you're looking to apply to one, I'm sure I will use this for something like that. Go for it. So let's pull a tarot card and see what comes up. We have the Ace of Wands. I actually really like this because this is the essence of wands, of inspired creative energy. So what is creatively inspiring you to maybe declare what you are working on internally? Like this is the first step to releasing what that inner buildup is. This definitely goes in line with what I see this being something energetic more than physical. Like this is not a full moon that I see being like a literal physical natural disaster or anything like that, but rather like a declaration of something energetic. Now let's pull a law of attraction card for this. Let's see what comes up. I see myself enjoying absolute continuing abundance. I choose absolute and continuing abundance, for I understand that there is no limit to the abundance in the universe, and so by my attracting abundance to myself, I'm not limiting another. There is enough for everyone. The key is for each of us to see it and want it, and then we will each attract it. So I like this, seeing something for the long-term abundance. Like what can you declare here for long-term? This is not one small play. This is not like 1 week on a reality show. This is a career in that, or something that you're needing to do now to let go of and announce that you can build the big things later. So if you enjoyed this and you want to check out my webinars or my membership website below, I would love to have you join my membership, where we have so many cool content and early access to things and discounts for courses and consultations with me. Would love to have you join that. Otherwise, like, subscribe, let me know how this full moon is feeling for you. I like it, let me know how you like it, and I'll see you in the next one.
There is one